Watch the new 2023 BMW M4 CSL destroy the M4 GTS Nurburgring lap record.
154 corners, 13 miles, and 1,000 feet of elevation changes combined to make the Nürburgring Nordschleife the most complete test of a sports car's capabilities. By now it's as important as a 0 to 60 time in any new model's resume. The motoring world holds lap times in the highest regard. So, when BMW released a video showing their newest most special M4 variant, the CSL, being absolutely spanked around the track, you can bet that we took notice.
The new M4 CSL took the spot as BMW's quickest ever production car, holding the marque's Nürburgring lap record. The M4 CSL has upped the power and lost weight.
The perfect combo when searching performance, especially when measured in lap times. Weight loss totals to 220 pounds, mainly due to new bucket seats at the front and a rear seat delete, plenty of carbon body panels, and minimized sound deadening and carpeting. Competition, sporting, lightweight, the CSL badge has adorned only 3 BMWs in M Sport's 50-year tenure, so already the M4 has plenty to prove. Power increase has come from new tuning to the twin-turbo straight-six, taking it up to a total output of 543 HP, 40 more than the base M4 competition. The power is still sent through the same 8-speed ZF box, which deals with it very well using a newly devised BMW M traction control system to transfer the whole lump of HP to the rear wheels.
The M4 CSL is probably the best-looking variant of this G82 generation of M4.
The front grille is made less toothy with the addition of some lovely gloss black trim. There is no protective cover for the bottom radiator though, so be careful when following someone too closely. That, combined with the new yellow laser lights, does make for a very menacing front end, however. There is also a carbon fiber trunk lid with a very sleek duck lid spoiler and a new set of rear lights. A big carbon diffuser and plenty of trunk space combined to make up the rear. For this, you'll have to pay a pretty steep premium. A standard M4 competition will set you back $75,000 plus options, but for the CSL you'll be looking at $140,000. With only 1,000 cars due to be produced, it will certainly be one for collectors, but is it as special as BMW has made it out to be? As you can see, the new M4 CSL had no problem navigating the tricky combination of corners and straights that make up the ring. Although in the hands of a seasoned pro, it was made to look far easier than it was. Mind you, there were times in the video where you could see that a small wrestle with the Alcantara wheel was needed to keep things in shape. The record itself is not only BMW's quickest ever but at the time of writing, holds the overall record for mid-range cars. You might ask what this means, but it's basically the Nürburgring's way of categorizing lap records into segments. Other segments include SUVs, Audi Q Series, compact cars, VW Golf, and super sports cars, Porsche 911. The record itself actually took place back on April 12, when the car was still wearing its development wrap. The day itself was an M Sport heavy day, as there were sights of the upcoming M3 Touring and some other marketing activities from the BMW group. They had rented the track for the whole day, meaning to the disappointment of many there were no tourist drives on the said afternoon. The time of 7:15 is for the Sport Auto configuration of the track, which is the old standard in measuring, but still a very useful reference point. For an explanation of all things Nürburgring lap time layouts, YouTuber Misha Sharudin has you covered in this video.
Anyway, the M4 CSL's time is quick, extremely quick in fact.
For your reference, the 911 GT3 RS lap time was 7:20. So for a mid-size coupe to be faster just 7 years later, is a testament to the work that has been happening behind BMW's closed doors. The 991.2911 GT3 RS scrubbed off 24 seconds to achieve a lap time of 6:56. How does a simple facelift gain such margins in just 2 years? The one big development that had happened in that time has to do with one thing in particular: tires. Gen 1 ran Michelin Cup 2s, whereas Gen 2 was running the stickier Cup Tour tire. The same tires now found on the M4 CSL. Now, the second fastest BMW to ever lap around the Nordschleife is the BMW M4 GTS, which set a time of 7 minutes and 27.88 seconds back in 2015. Clocking in at 7 minutes and 15.667 seconds, the M4 CSL demolished the previous time by a staggering 12 seconds. The new 2023 M4 CSL is now the fastest road-legal BMW to lap the Nürburgring. While we do not have a benchmark from the standard car, as the M3/M4 competition models never ran attempted official records around the track. However that may be, it doesn't take away from the fact that the M4 CSL is very fast indeed. BMW's new 2023 M4 CSL is a focused track day special edition that is optimized for those who are willing to give up a chunk of daily driver livability for substantially enhanced performance. CSL stands for Competition Sports Lightweight, and the specs show this to be more than a mere marketing term. They also show that this car will almost certainly be a brute that won't appeal to everyone. It's powered by the same twin-turbo 3.0-liter inline-6 that powers the M4 competition, but the CSL's peak turbo boost has been raised from 24.7 psi to 30.5 psi, a 24% increase. The dual-circuit cooling system has been upgraded to suit not merely the extra power, but also the rigors of track use. The result is 543 horsepower, some 40 horsepower more than the competition, with the same power peak of 6,250 RPM. Maximum torque is also unchanged at 479 pound-feet, which means the 8-speed automatic transmission and driveline from the competition can be used as before, right down to the automatic's internal ratios and the final drive ratio inside the M Sport differential. The shift points have been performance optimized, however, and the engine and transmission mounts have been substantially stiffened. There should be far less slack and wind-up in the power delivery, but an increase in cabin vibration is almost certain to be a side effect. The effects of this extra power are magnified by a massive 240-pound weight reduction. The resulting new claimed curb weight of 3,640 pounds may not seem particularly light, but it's all relative. Each of the M4 competition's horsepower has 7.7 pounds to move around, but the extra power and lighter weight of the CSL drops that significantly to 6.7 pounds per pony. BMW claims that it will get to 60 miles per hour in 3.6 seconds, compared with the competition's claimed 3.8 seconds, but we think it'll do better. The CSL is a two-seater that sheds its rear seat and seatbelts to save 46 pounds right off the top. Beyond that, its one-piece carbon front buckets save 53 pounds, but you can choose to add 32 pounds back if you order adjustable carbon seats. Another 33 pounds in savings comes from the use of lightweight sound insulation and quite possibly less of it in certain areas. More carbon fiber reinforced plastic, CFRP, is used inside and out, including for the center console that saves 9 pounds. At the tail end of the exhaust, another 9 pound savings comes from the use of a titanium silencer that's tuned so it can be fully appreciated inside the cabin, where it provides the driver with accurate acoustic feedback in response to movements of the accelerator and clearly conveys the engine's performance characteristics. Which is a roundabout way of saying it's louder.